Hello and happy gaming, everyone. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and if I sound kinda like crap, well, trust me, I'm still sick. Figured out what it is, though, at least according to the doctor at the urgent care. This is apparently an ear infection that is just having other consequences on my body. Now, to be fair, considering the things that I've been dealing with, an ear infection doesn't seem like the most likely thing, but then again, I'm far from a medical professional, and I went to urgent care for a reason, which was to get a professional opinion. So, even though I'm not feeling great, and if I end up coughing too hard, yes, I'll use the love key. They really want to give you the idea that there's something funky going on here. So, before I get into this room, I just want to say, like I said, I've already been to the urgent care. I have the amoxicillin to fight off the infection. Hopefully I'll be rounding the bend and feeling normal soon, but until then, just bear with me. I don't want to leave you guys without content. I just also don't necessarily want to go overboard if it's going to hurt me. Alright, and yes, that's what that sound was. Not actually the sounds of happy fun time, just... Collector is a very interesting enemy, I gotta say. Okay, that was bad. So, Collector demands that you be kind of on point at all times. The Collector is always moving, always dropping things on you. It's also a very strange, like, odd, cartoony monster. As I said, there's always something going on in this fight. So you have to just keep moving. Yay, I missed. Ah. So, do I think that the Collector is that hard? Not really. Hey, I've never actually seen that. Well, that takes care of that. Freedom! Grab this. Taken the Collector's map. And I can now view where all of the imprisoned grubs are. That's good, because Lord knows I haven't found all of them. So, it's because of that little bit of lore and that one fight, it's now very possible to assume that the Collector is the reason why all of the grubs have been imprisoned. So there you go. Just that one little bit of combat there, and you get a nice little answer of lore dropped right into your lap. Fun, right? And that's what I mean by Team Cherry and how good they are at their world building. Because oftentimes it isn't like big overt things that symbolize what's going on in the world. It's oftentimes very small things. Such as, oh, those are the same jars that were being used to cage the grubs in the first place. That's interesting. Or, hey, what's the brooding Moloch doing way over here away from the rest of the Molochs? And it turns out, when you understand its description, the whole reason why the brooding Moloch is angry and trying to kill you is because it's brooding. It doesn't know where others of its own kind are. Alright, so Sharp Shadow is probably the best way to take care of them. Alright. So according to said map, there should be... Okay, I gotta stop doing that. That requires a simple key to get into. There is a good reason to go in there, but I am not going to reveal that yet. See, now that you have Shade Cloak, it's actually not too bad dealing with those guys. So now the question is, where does one go to find this missing grub? Right here. My timing was off there, but ultimately works out. Go, buddy, go! No, I'm just gonna leave you be. I have other things that I'd like to do, and I'd rather not waste my time here. Oh, look who it is! Oh, what are you doing out in this miserable downpour? Impressive fountain, isn't it? I'm sure we'd be able to appreciate it more if we weren't both getting drenched. That night up there was an important one. The plaque here mentions its sacrifice, which carries something of an ominous tone. Probably met some sort of horrible end, though it sounds like the knight's goal may have been achieved in the process. In all the relics I've collected, I've yet to find a clue as to what that was. I'll be getting back to the shop soon. If I stay out here too long, I'll get washed away into the waterways. Come and visit if you like. If you have relics, I mean. Not much for chatter. I have relics, sir. Oh, look at that. He gets back before we do. What a champ. Quite incredible how many of these you've collected. You must have traveled the breadth of the kingdom to approve such a haul. You have no idea, sir. Yeah, you said that before. Another king's idol? Have you visited the remnants of his palace? It's down below this city in the bedrock of the kingdom. Must have been an impressive sight in its time. Now there's nothing left. It's a strange thing, though. There are no signs of conflict around the area. It's as if the whole place just vanished. A king's idol? I've often wondered the true visage of the king. Depictions are of an imposing, gleaming figure and a fiercely horned crown. I suspect there's much embellishment in the imagery, though. A ruler seeking worship tends to hide their blemishes. It'd do no good to appear a common bug. Another arcane egg. It's a rare chance to own 2 of these. I'll be the envy of all my colleagues, though my purse is feeling much lighter for it. These eggs are the most desired find from time before Hallownest, but they're not the only remnant of that age. You may have come upon them, those old statues that seem a store for soul. They too prove his existence, though in a larger, cruder
Tell
form.
me, Arthur.
A third arcane egg? You're an exceptional explorer to have found so many. An egg is a perfect protective form. In Hellenest, we use stone journals or tablets, our text engraved atop. These eggs are far more secure. Their records are stored within. In fear of damaging the eggs, I'm only able to access the outer layer. But it's clear those in this distant past could somehow access information stored even deeper within. If only I could find a way to do so. Just think of the discoveries to be made. Alright, so that puts us at a very decent amount of money now. And you know, it wouldn't do a whole lot of good to just waste time. So let's just go ahead and take care of the Watcher's Tower while we're here. Now, one thing I don't really like about the Watcher's Tower, and to be fair, it's a very pretty area, make no mistake. Architecture is pretty nice. But the Watcher Knights themselves are just not a very fun boss fight. But I will do my best to make it as interesting as possible. And by the way, I don't mean I think it's a boring boss fight, I mean it's kind of a bullshit boss fight. But there is a way to make it slightly easier on oneself, which I will do in just moments. Gotta get there first. Sharp Shadow is your friend. Use it wisely. Oh, broken elevator. Derp. And because of how the Watcher Knight fight works, it's actually best to go in there with a sorcery build. So, kind of like what I'm already using. And this is just back over here. I thought as much, but let's use the bench. That was smooth. I'm just gonna blame it on me being sick. So this is a shortcut out of the Watcher's Tower that will actually lead right about underneath that bench right there. You can't see where I'm pointing, so just take my word for it. I know what I'm talking about. Aren't you the same guy that gets lost like every episode? That is correct. But remember, I'm not using the Wayward Compass at all for this run, so I'm doing everything as predicated on my memory alone. So, which means if there's something that I'm forgetting in one episode, I will do my best to try to find it in the next, again, based almost solely off of my memory. And yes, we will be going back to the little guy. Alright, so by coming up here and dropping the chandelier, you can actually take out one of the Watcher Knights before the fight ever gets started. So now, instead of having to take out 6, we only have to take out 5. There we go. Let's recover some health. So this is one of those fights that I think would be very difficult to do without getting hit. But that is a particular challenge in Godhome, so at some point or another I'm going to have to figure out how to do it. How to beat Watcher Knight's Radiant difficulty. Come over here first. Grab a Helleness seal. Riches. Riches. I'm one rich bug. Now let's make our way up to the next Dreamer. The next Guardian of the Black Egg Temple. Annoyingly long. By the way, in case you're interested. Yeah, telescope, motherfucker! It's funny, I keep looking out that telescope and expecting a jump scare. Maybe that's just because I spend so much time on the internet. So, yeah, you had a retainer, but fat lot of good that did you. For King Beloved, to sleep, to serve, bond must remain. Remain. Alright, do the absorby thingy. And that is one more Dreamer down. We are very nearly able to enter the Black Egg Temple, though that doesn't exactly mark the end of our run. Alright, last Dreamer is Monomon the Teacher, but not going for that right away. Up with you, my little friend. I wish there was a way to... You know what? Never mind. Just trying not to get stunned there. And yes, I'm aware I could have Crystal Flashed, but oh well. Oh, I don't need to do that. Oh, pardon me. Ugh. There you go, little buddy. Oops, wrong button. that is all of the grubs in this area. So, very well and distinctly done. Now, I would use this opportunity to quit back to the main menu in order to get out of here, but if you recall correctly, I used the bench just right inside of the Watcher's tower, so it wouldn't do me a lot of good. Instead, let's Dreamgate out of here. Remember, I left the Dreamgate right outside the Coliseum, so this will lead me back to... This will lead me back to the elevator outside of the King Station, and from here I can go just about anywhere. Here we go. Rest here. Very good. So here's something we haven't done in a while. Let's actually head back to the Forgotten Cross. Actually, let's head back to Dirtmouth. And we're going to pay the Grubfather a visit. It has been a while since we've collected any rewards from him, and there is much to do. We still haven't started the Grim Troop DLC yet. Don't worry, it's in the cards. That didn't work as well as I would have liked. Look at all these happy grubs. So for one, this is worth an awful lot of money. And it's not just money we're here for. Matter of fact, that pale ore is almost exactly what I had in mind. Ow. That means we are only one pale ore away from the best weapon in the game. So, before we make any attempt to go back that direction, though, we are going to visit Salubra. Smooth. Even more smooth. Let's not go that way. Not that I have a problem with the Crystal Peak, I just don't really need to go there. Doesn't help me get to Salubra. Now. Oh, that's right. Sorry, I sometimes forget that the infected crossroad actually changes what paths are available. said, as much as I love this game, I don't quite have it memorized the same way that I have Super Metroid memorized. And no, that doesn't mean I'm a Super Metroid speedrunner. I don't quite have the skill set for that. One of these days, I would not mind learning how to do that, but there's just so much. 4 more charms to get Salubra's Blessing. And by the way, for those of you wondering what it does, for those of you thinking that it just... By the way, the reason why I came here is because I thought I didn't actually have the last charm notch available. No, at this point, there are only 2 charm notches available. One of them is from Grimm, so it's going to be about time to do that soon. The other one I may as well go get now before I do the Colosseum again. The Colosseum is going to be the last Pale Ore. There we go. So, that'll take him to the resting ground, which actually might be maybe not necessarily faster, but more convenient at this point. Alright, so the whole idea is that we now need to get into the Fog Canyon to get that charm notch. Ow. The best way to the Fog Canyon is going to be from the Queen's Station. Oh, yep, over here. Not Queen's Gardens, Queen's Station. There we go. Because we should now have the ability to do what we have to do to get both the map and the last charm notch. Oh, sorry. By the way, for those of you who are wondering what's in that opposite direction that I don't ever go, that is Millibel the Banker. In case you're wondering why I don't ever talk to her, well, I suppose the easiest way to put it is she's a scoundrel. That having been said, there is reason to go talk to her, just... This is the entrance to Queen's Gardens. I went... Act surprised, I went the wrong way. Yeah, like I was saying, the coughs that I have are very deep and guttural coughs, and for some reason they actually make my head hurt really bad. So, I'm not looking for any sympathy, I'm just offering you an explanation as to why I haven't been doing much lately. Ow. Why I haven't been uploading very much, and I do apologize for that. Seems like not even that far off from the eye scratch incident, and now I've got this. Maybe this is just my unlucky time of year. Now we can just go right through that. No need to worry about the Irish Spring anymore now that we have Yzma's Tear. Ah, Cornifer.
Ho ho! As odd as much of Howerness can be, there's a whole new level of strangeness about these caves. Did you see that dark gate below? It's quite unsettling to be near. I did my best to avoid it. Fortunately for me, I found another route in, though I did end up a bit singed after wading through some acid.
Thank you, sir. So we now finally have a map of Fog Canyon. Alright. Right, and I believe that charm notch, is it somewhere in here, or is my memory just completely shot along with my, physical health? Oh, ow. Tired. I get you, buddy. I'm tired, too. There we go. Oof, that didn't work out too well. Shouldn't have bothered attacking that one. Ow. You suck, you know that? Charm notch, perfect. Alright. And I think with that, I am going to call it good. Wait. No, I'm going to go back to the Colosseum first, so that we can get our last pale ore. Then next episode, we can get ourselves the pure nail. As you can see, Trial of the Conqueror. Fight for Geo and a rare metal. I will place my mark, but not yet. Because I need to go take my medicine and a little bit of cough syrup. By the way, here's Zote the Mighty again.
What do you want, Kerr? Have you come to laugh at me as well? Fools! Did you never consider that being trapped in this cage was precisely what I intended? Yes, by all means, release me into your arena. I am Zote the Mighty, and as soon as I draw my veil, life ender, your laughter will turn into terror!
I just want you to understand, no one believes you. Oh, here's this douche, by the way. Hey, you found it too, then. This perfect place. I'll soon be entering the battle, just taking a moment to rest first. Though few could truly challenge me, I'm hoping this arena presents the sort of brutal challenge I'm after. By the way, I think it's worth pointing out that after this, you never see that guy again. So hopefully it was definitely worth all of that challenge and excitement. Dumbass. Alright, so we're going to drop on Nailmaster's Glory, and then we'll just call it good. So, thank you very much for watching. I apologize for the quality of my voice. It's not been the easiest thing in the world trying to balance work and recording and, not dying, but I'm doing my best for you. So, drop me a like, leave me a comment, and I will be returning with more stuff soon. In the meantime, my name is Darksage Walker, and I will be seeing you.